Imagine climbing from slave to CEO in record time, only to be framed for a crime you refuse to commit and thrown into prison. Genesis 39 is the story of Joseph's meteoric rise, his impossible moral test, and his unshakable resilience. This chapter proves one thing: when everything is stripped away, your character is the only thing that remains. Let's walk through it. Joseph starts at rock bottom, betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and dragged to a foreign land, Egypt. He isn't just sold to anyone. He's purchased by Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's guard. This is a high-security household. One wrong move, and Joseph is done for. But something unexpected is about to happen, and it starts almost immediately. Joseph doesn't stay at the bottom for long. He becomes Potiphar's personal attendant, then household manager, then overseer of everything. The climb is rapid, but here's the key. It wasn't just skill. Even Potiphar, an Egyptian, could see there was a divine favor on Joseph that made everything prosper. Success followed Joseph wherever he went, and Potiphar noticed. Joseph goes from property to the most powerful person in the house, second only to Potiphar himself. And Potiphar's trust? Absolute. The text says Potiphar's only worry in the world was what was for dinner. Joseph handled the rest. Everything. The finances, the servants, the estate. Total autonomy, total trust. Joseph is living the dream, but success has put him in a danger zone. Potiphar's wife notices Joseph, and she makes a direct, persistent demand. Come to bed with me. She isn't asking. She's leveraging her power against a slave. Joseph is trapped. Obey the boss's wife and betray the boss, or refuse her and face her wrath. There are no good options, but Joseph makes his choice immediately. Joseph refuses point blank. And here's what's crucial. He doesn't frame this as job loyalty. He frames it as a fundamental issue of morality. How could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God? This is integrity versus power, faith versus lust. And it's not a one-time conversation. She pressures him day after day, but Joseph doesn't budge. He sticks to his guns until the day she escalates. One day, no one else is in the house. She physically grabs his cloak. Joseph makes a split-second decision. He runs. He chooses integrity over his reputation. But he leaves the cloak in her hand, and she weaponizes it. She uses the very symbol of his authority as fake evidence to frame him. She screams. The servants come running. She spins the story. This Hebrew slave tried to assault me. It's her word, the wife of a powerful man, against his, a foreign slave. His fate is sealed. Potiphar is furious. Joseph is thrown into the king's prison, the place for political enemies and high-security prisoners. From the height of power back to the bottom, he did the right thing and lost everything. His freedom, his reputation, his future. If this story ended here, it would be a tragedy. But it doesn't end here. The story repeats itself. The Lord was with Joseph. The prison warden notices the same thing Potiphar did. There's something different about this guy. So the warden puts Joseph in charge. Soon, Joseph is running the entire prison. The warden has no worries because Joseph handles everything. The parallel is striking. The location changed, house to prison, but Joseph's character didn't. Success wasn't about where he was. It was about who he was. And when everything else was stripped away, job, freedom, reputation, his character remained unshaken. We've walked through Joseph's rise, his moral test, and his resilience in the face of injustice. Before you go, sit with these questions. First, Joseph refused temptation even when it cost him everything. What temptation are you facing where doing the right thing might cost you something significant? And are you willing to pay that price? Second, Joseph succeeded in the house and in the prison because his character stayed consistent. If your circumstances changed drastically tomorrow, would your character remain the same? 2 questions. Breathe. Let them settle.